Hey, welcome to another episode of Beyond the Studio. Today, we are on location here at Dottiewood Studios with the two owners, Lauren and Ellie.
Hi.
Hi.
So Dottiewood Studios we call it a creative haven, and we're 10,000 square feet of super adaptable space. We designed it to be really like high impact, high design, but also adaptable for kind of that clean photography look. So you can kind of make it whatever you want to make it. And we have all kinds of shoots, all kinds of events. Like if you can think it's probably been done in here. And if it hasn't, like do it, you know?
Well, cool. Yeah, you want to give me a tour?
Yeah.
Cool. First of all, I think there's another business partner that I didn't introduce, right?
Oh, yes.
Right?
The most important.
Yes, this is Dottie.
Yes, Dottie. This is our studio's namesake. But the best part about it is she actually hates the studio.
Oh, she does?
Yeah.
She looks like she really hates it. Yeah.
I know. So we call this First Room Studio 1. So this is really like the blank canvas space, natural light, huge space, but this is really used for a lot of product and food shoots.
Okay.
We did a lot of fit out of the space. So we took this property over, I think, December
2022 and open March.
So you got the property December, 4 months later, you opened?
Yeah.
Okay, so within that 4 months, y'all were doing construction?
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you knocked walls down, I assume, since these were offices?
Added walls.
Yeah, we
You
added a lot.
So it was already pretty open?
It was
Yeah.
open. It was a really open space.
Okay, that's good at least.
Yeah.
So you could see it, but you can still kind of see there's like these like tracks on the floor.
Yep.
Like these are all the old cubicles.
So y'all are neighbors, good friends, I presume, and business partners.
Yeah. And we make it work.
And y'all make it work.
We make it work.
Yeah. How did this come about? How did y'all come up with the idea to start a studio?
So my husband and I have a furniture company.
Okay.
And when we moved here, we were looking for places to shoot our furniture, but couldn't really find exactly what we were looking for. And then Ellie, business coach, needed a place that was more vibrant and colorful to shoot.
Yeah.
So we were like, why don't we just create something that's both?
Location and the space is like very important to the success of the studio. Because like if it's not a good space and the size doesn't work, but you try to make it work, like you're always going to be battling that for the rest of your business.
Totally. And it's also making the most of the space and using it all as a selling point. Like we're not super central. Like it would be, especially because we are in an event space too. So if you want something that's super high traffic, like we're not that. But we are this great, like exclusive space with tons of free parking. And so we upsell that where like it's super stress-free when you come here. So it's like playing with the bones of the building too.
And working with what you have.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see a kitchen over there. Can we
Yeah.
migrate to the
Please,
kitchen?
let's go.
Our favorite place.
In December, as soon as we got the space, the first thing we did, Ellie and I did, was we went to Sherwin-Williams.
But this was my birthday.
Yes.
So we spent, and honestly, it's one of my favorite birthdays I've ever had, and I've had a lot. And we went to Sherwin-Williams and we got, I want to say like 50 paint samples.
At least.
We have a really playful sense of color that people really appreciate.
Now the colors in here, I don't remember if it was my husband, Keith, or your husband, Tony, that said, they were like, this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
They were like, it looks too elementary school.
Yeah.
And we're like, no,
Trust
it's
us.
going to work.
Trust us.
And now everybody compliments the colors.
exactly.
In here. And it's a fully functional kitchen.
Yeah.
We have a stove, fridge, freezer, dishwasher. So it's used a lot for food shoots. And even events.
Yeah.
Was this, how much of this did y'all have to build out? Like was this already here?
No, this was built out. Again, we're very fortunate because Keith, Lauren's husband, and Lauren are run a furniture business. And Keith in particular is just incredible at knocking things up super quickly that are also just very high quality.
We took all the cabinets out and redid it.
Yeah. The type of events we have here, they range dramatically. So we'll have like a baby shower in, and then the next day, like a 500-person market, and then it'll get taken over for a weekend as like a nightclub.
For a lot of shoots, it'll be like craft services.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Generally, like, people always congregate around this island.
Yeah.
It's like a real kitchen.
Yeah, we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
And at home, you know, the center of your home is the kitchen,
Yeah.
typically, because that's where you cook, that's where you eat and all that stuff. So I feel like when you come here and do business stuff, it's just kind of naturally you hang out.
Whenever you're working, it's
We're
always in
there.
the kitchen.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, you are 5 minutes and 12 seconds into this video. First of all, thanks so much for watching. But I wanted to pop in here and say, if you're getting any value from this and you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. I love a good comment. I also love touring these studios. It's cool to see this footage because I had a blast doing this. And so I really want to do more content like this. So if you like this and you want to see more, hit subscribe and like. Thanks. Keep watching. You know what we're going to do? Let's do this. Watch. Cool. So we are in the office, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So the office has been through a couple of different iterations. When we first started the studio, our original model was to rent studio by studio. So every small room, the big space, studio one we were just at, and all the other space you're going to see, you could rent them as individual rooms, including this studio. And so when we first opened it up, this was bright pink with tons of plants. It was beautiful. It was amazing. But we really quickly realized it was way too small to be a studio. It just wasn't going to work. It was always a nightmare for people.
Yeah, no one was ever going to rent it just on its own.
Exactly. And so, but we were starting to get a lot of bookings where people would take over the studio for a whole day, and then after multiple days, and they would have, these would be big shoots with huge brand names, and they would often have clients or a team, and everyone kept asking us for an office. And so we decided to make one and keep it super simple, a little moodier, a little bit of a palette cleanser, because everything else is so white and colorful. So this was kind of our converse to that. We really value feedback from people. But there's a line because, you know, as two women who are running something like this, often people love to give us really helpful feedback and we just tune it out. Yep. But we pay a lot of attention to how people are using it, interacting with it, and not just what they're saying, but are they getting frustrated? Are they loving something? Are they looking relaxed? And so it just became pretty clear that this wasn't going to work as a studio, and like, how do we
pivot,
just not have a dead room, but like really make it like another value add instead of a detriment to the space.
So we are in a very colorful room now called the Bow Room, right? Yeah, tell me about it.
So the Bow is, we call it one of our content studios. So these are rooms that get changed over like every few months. So this has been a bunch of different looks. We wanted something that was super high color and high impact, and we made it. It's hard to bring texture and dynamism into a room without spending a ton of money on it. So it's kind of one of our hacks to like make it more interesting without like spending an absolute fortune.
And we're lucky enough to have access to tools and someone who can make these things easily. So
how did y'all make these?
They were made on a CNC machine.
Okay.
And then we just got neon paint, which was very hard to find.
Oh my goodness, So we buy a ton of leather furniture and then we paint it with leather paint.
So y'all painted this?
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
we paint everything.
This came to us black, I think.
Oh,
white.
White.
And then it's been lavender? No.
Yeah, it was lavender.
Lavender, silver, and now this neon orange.
Yeah.
I've never thought about painting furniture. That is not even a thing I knew that was possible.
Now you know.
Now I know.
And we
now
expect,
the possibility.
we expect to see it in your studio.
Like you'll see, once you realize you can do this hack, it opens up the world because you can always find really cool leather pieces.
And
on
it can
Facebook
be beat up
Marketplace.
a little bit because the paint will cover a lot of scratches. So.
Because you can get these incredible shapes that are so cool, but they're in an ugly color that nobody wants. And so you pick them up and paint them. That's great.
How often do y'all flip a room?
Well, originally the plan was at quarterly. But we couldn't stick to that because
y'all have a lot of rooms. If it was just one or two rooms, that's easy, but y'all have a lot.
So now it's no set schedule. But these, we're planning on changing these up probably within the next few months.
If somebody calls asking if y'all have a photographer that can take my photos, how do y'all deal with those conversations?
We'll recommend someone.
Really?
Yeah, we have a lot of because we really believe in having relationships with people who shoot here, and people shoot here regularly. Like we have people who are in and out like every single month. And we get to know them, and we know their style, we know their images, and people are really kind and share their photos with us too. So we have a pretty good sense of, even if that photographer hasn't shot super often in here, we'll have a good sense of whether they would be a fit for a client, and we'll just connect them.
Y'all host a lot of events. Why do y'all do events?
So we don't host a ton of our own events yet, but it's other people having their events here. And I think when we opened, people just saw it. We did advertise as an event space, but we always thought it would be more photo studio and then like a little bit of events, but it's really 50-50 at this point.
They're a little more involved, for sure, but we love them, and we've had just some of the most stunning events here, like really beautiful, incredible, a lot of art shows. We both really love art and design, and that makes us really happy when we can have those kind of events here. We will do sponsored events where we give the space for free if it's something we really believe in and the budget is tighter. And we're pretty maxed out on that right now, but we love to support creatives when they're like bringing something into the world.
Yeah. How often are y'all booked? Like in any given week? Like what's the average? How many days y'all are booked?
I'd say like between 2 to 4 days.
Yeah.
It depends. Like if we have, like often we'll have a multi-day shoot that's like 2 days during the week, and then we're probably booked for a couple of events during the weekend. Some events, some weeks have been like every single day, and in all honesty, that's a lot. When people are booked in every single day. Like we love it, like the universe keep giving it to us, but it is hard to juggle even though there's 2 of us because we have other things outside of this. So it's always a balancing act.
Do y'all find weekends are more popular than weekdays?
For events, definitely.
Yes.
For events, okay.
And then for shoots, weekdays.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Some weekends, but more weekdays.
It's definitely like different clients on the weekends. It's a lot more like family shoots or shorter shoots of like 3 to 5 hours rather than like whole day things. So we get different clients on the weekends for sure. But we love it, like a nice content shoot on a Sunday after we've been booked out on Saturday is lovely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when I first opened, my background is like video production and filmmaking. So you do have long days where you're booking up a studio for multiple days.
Yeah.
So when I first opened my studio, I was like, we're gonna do a day rate because people are gonna book it for the whole day. But I immediately realized that like people don't need a whole day. They only need like 2 hours or 3 hours. So like we very quickly went from offering a day rate to offering an hourly rate.
Oh, nice.
Just because that's immediately where it went.
So is that like 2 hours? Is that what most people book?
Average probably 2 to 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have a lot of, so we do photographers and videographers. So a lot of people do 1 hour for a photography shoot because they only need an hour to do headshots, right? But at the same time, sometimes there will be a video production, like right now, actually at my studio, they're doing like an 8-hour day. Yeah. Which is great. So we got a little bit of both. And most Saturdays are also booked out.
Okay.
Which is something that I didn't anticipate because I'm like a Monday through Friday guy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to work on the weekends.
Yeah.
But again, immediately people were requesting to book on Saturdays and Sundays because they don't have work, right? They work on their job, and so.
Totally. It's always fascinating. Like the way I approach all this stuff is like, it's like your best guess, but until people start putting money into your bank account, like you're not gonna know.
No,
for sure.
And so it's like, you just gotta like start and try and then adapt after that. Because like, I feel we were the opposite. We started with hourly rates and very quickly realized that
it didn't work
for us. And we weren't actually getting the kind of clients that we wanted, that I think the building can serve. And so we switched over to bigger blocks of time and a really great day rate. And it's nice. Yeah. We love a day rate.
Yeah, we love a day rate.
Well, cool. So this is the bow room.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Perfect.
We're in another room. Tell me about this room.
So this is the Tomas. It's been so many different things. This is another one of our content studios, so it gets turned around pretty often. But there's something very magical in this room. Like the afternoon light is incredible. And it's been like bright green with like incredible pinks. It's been pinks where we spray painted huge palm trees on the walls.
Yeah,
in the
that almost broke up the partnership.
Oh yeah, that was before we even opened.
Yeah.
Lauren was very mad at me for these stencils.
She got these giant, like
7 foot
7
stencils.
foot tall stencils, and it was probably 2 a.m. But we had an event happening the next.
We had our opening party.
So it had to get done. And I was like,
Yeah.
why did you get these stupid?
And she like she like kicked the stencils like, you and your stupid
You
stencils.
and your stupid stencils.
So whenever we have a fight, she's just like, you and your stupid stencils.
Yeah.
The stencil.
Yeah, it looked great though. So
It looked amazing.
She was right. She was right. I can say it now.
What are some difficulties that come with having a business partner?
I don't find that many, to be honest. You might, because you're used to working alone.
Yeah, sometimes I find it a little, I have to compromise more, and like I'm not the best at that because I have a vision and I want to do it. But generally, I think it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
We're both very good at knowing when we need a break.
Yeah, and I think because we have other things going on too, this isn't our only business, that it makes it a little bit easier. But I only want to work in partnerships. I don't, at least I think. I never had a business on my own, so.
Yeah, I could see the pros and cons, of
Yeah.
course,
Yeah.
of having a business partner. I've only ever done my businesses by myself, like owned by myself. I obviously have people that help me with the operations and stuff, but they're always owned by me. And so I've always kind of thought like, if it would be better if I would be able to move faster with a business partner or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's just really nice to have someone to talk to.
Yeah, we have quite different personalities, but they really sync up.
Yeah.
So I'm very like, we say this about Lauren's husband Keith too, like both he and I are like kind of like balloon people, and we'll just like, there's like this meme that goes around with like somebody floating off with their balloons, and we'll just like run away with an idea. And then Lauren's really good at being like, okay, but we have to do this in 2 days, so how are we actually going to do
what's
it?
the realistic way to do kind of this plan?
Cool. Yeah, so this is the Tomas room. Beautiful natural lighting, furniture. We got colored posing blocks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So we are in the shape room. I love this room, first of all. This is my favorite so far.
Yeah, it's
besides the
very
kitchen.
cool.
Yeah.
This is a lot of people's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about this.
This was a Pinterest post that inspired us when we were coming together for ideas. And now knowing what we do, we realized that the Pinterest image was a product shoot. So it was like tiny and miniature.
They were little product blocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not full size.
And y'all took it to the extreme.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we're maximalists.
Yeah.
So we decided to go full scale. So these blocks are standable, they're movable, so you can make all these different configurations in here. I love seeing the different configurations people make in this. Like often they'll have the arch forward, and like people will be like sitting up here and you can kind of peek through the art.
Yeah, and I feel like painting the cyc wall is probably a bigger job than just repainting a few steps.
Yeah, but I love painting the cyc too.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's a really like nice, like, okay, I did that.
Well, it's satisfying at the end.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Speaking of, can we go check out the cyc
Yes,
wall?
let's
Let's do it. Yeah.
Everyone's favorite.
And now we are in the cyc wall
Yeah.
room. When you walk into this room, like same with my studio, when people walk in, it's immediately like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is cool.
People love it.
Lose their mind over this. And
Yeah.
like, we're really special because it's a natural light cycle, which is really, really nice. Again, it's like, it's making the best use of the space, but you can like fully black out the windows here, so it's fully light controlled too. You know, a lot of people will say, oh, don't worry, it doesn't need to be pristine, we'll edit it out, but we like it to be pristine. Like when you find like a dirty cyc wall, like it's just so unappealing. So we keep it pretty fresh and painted.
How
at all
often do you
times.
paint your cyc wall?
Depends on how much it gets used. I need to paint it once a month.
Yeah.
I probably paint it once every 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I need to get into the rhythm of painting it every month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you charge people?
No.
I see some studios will charge people if they want a fresh coat of paint. We don't do that.
No, I feel like that would get you in trouble because some people would have fresh paint, and then
Yeah.
after that booking, the next people get the same.
Yeah.
item. That would just lead
It
to
seems
stuff.
confusing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it's nice just to keep things simple.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll have a garage door, which is
Yeah.
great. So it leads straight to the parking lot, so y'all can roll in cars in here. I think I've seen that y'all have had like multiple Lamborghinis in
Yes,
here.
we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That's honestly terrifying.
It was the most nerve-wracking thing watching them pull those cars onto, not for the psych wall.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was not concerned about this one bit. The cars.
Because these cars are like millions of dollars. We had a car show here once that was something like $20 million worth of cars, and it was terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, absolutely wild.
I don't know. The drivers must have been so stressed.
But this room also is great for events. And so normally when we rent out the studio for events, this room is not included because, you know, if you're not a photographer or you're not around studios, like, you don't understand cycles, and they are like delicate things. You can easily punch holes through. And so normally for events, we just say, no, you're not using it, but people can pay an extra fee and have it. And then people do the coolest stuff in here.
Now, when y'all built this, can you talk to me about kind of the building process of it? Because psych walls are like tricky to build.
Yeah. It definitely took, it was like a real labor of love.
Yes.
So the bones are in there, and then just like lots of drywall, but we have to like repair it. Like, we repair it probably once a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Just like little
Yeah,
cracks
Little,
and
like,
stuff.
like this was a shoot that happened a couple of days ago, and again, like, people are professionals, they understand psych, but like once you're on this, it's so hard to see where you're standing.
You're
and it's
backing
so
up and you
easy
just-
to like have a little dent. Like, we were giving a tour a few weeks ago, and somebody had their kid with them, and the kid was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so fun!" I went running, and just like
Like, it
cracked
was like a
hole.
ramp.
Yeah.
That's what he thought. Like, oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
Yeah.
Cool ramp.
So
Yeah, kids. Yeah, I have a saying in our household that if you want something broken, just give it to one of the kids.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'll-
For sure.
I mean, if you want something broken, give it to me.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever painted this a different color, or has it always been white?
No, we've
No.
always wanted to, but we're hopefully going to have a booking in December they're going to paint it bright orange.
Oh, nice.
So we've always wanted, and again, it's one of those things where a few people have reached out about painting it, and it's just never quite worked out. So we've never actually done it, but we'd love to.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
really fun.
And y'all are on Peerspace.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the percentage from your clientele that come through Peerspace versus the clientele that come straight through your website?
Say Peerspace is about 25%
Yeah.
Okay.
of our bookings.
Yeah.
And the rest
we
is
expected it to
direct.
be a lot higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. If y'all are pulling 75% from your own website, that's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So our website and Instagram does really well for us.
And word of mouth.
Yeah, we have a lot of referrals, and like a lot of repeat customers too. So it works out pretty well for us. But Peerspace is great.
Yeah.
Especially like the initial push, but you can definitely tell when like you're at the top of Peerspace, like at the top of the like one of the best
algorithm,
studios,
yeah.
and like when you're falling down.
You get more attention, you get more
Definitely,
emails.
like you,
Yeah.
I can tell within like a couple of hours
Yeah.
because we won't have heard anything from Peerspace for a few days, and then suddenly it's like bing, bing, bing,
Yes.
bing.
When they
Oh,
push you to the
interesting.
top.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
we're the same way. Like we'll all of a sudden Peerspace will be sending us email, or like we'll be getting inquiries through Peerspace
Yeah.
multiple a day.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes it'll be crickets for like 2 weeks.
Exactly.
I've never thought about that.
And you can't control it because
Yeah.
they don't do any ranking.
Yeah.
It's like not even like SEO backed ranking. You can't pay for anything. It's just like whenever you're at the top, you're at the top.
Talk about the marketing of the place. Like y'all are big on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Y'all are always doing funny little skits and stuff like that on Instagram. What
Yeah,
other type of
very
marketing?
Very
is it?
serious
people.
and professional. No,
Yeah,
we love
yeah.
to be stupid on Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram mostly.
Yeah.
And then we've recently gotten into doing more targeted emails.
Yeah.
Just like picking out certain groups of people, like food photographers, and blasting out an email to all food photographers.
Yeah. Like, and we'll go like across the country.
Yeah.
Because you know what it's like. People fly in all over the country to come to Austin and like around because it's such a hub. So a lot of our business is Austin based, but I'd say like probably 20% per month, or like probably like 20% every quarter is from outside
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah, for
and like
sure.
those are the big jobs that you really want, like the multi-day shoots that are
Yeah.
a godsend.
Yeah, because they're investing in flying down, getting hotels, and so they want a nice studio, so they're going to invest in it. They're not just going to want 2 or 3 hours where they pop in and out.
Exactly, and I think people really like our studio because it's, obviously you have all the different spaces, but it's really comfortable. And I don't know, it just has like nice energy to it. So it's very, people like love to be here, spend day, they can get comfy, they have the office if they need it. And like things just seem to flow really, really well. So people love coming, like making it their home for a few days.
Yeah, for sure. Well, cool. This is great. This is a great site wall.
Yeah.
And y'all offer a bunch of props, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, can we check it out?
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. And now we're in the props room here at Dottiewood. This is great. First of all, this is a very big room, which is always good whenever you're just storing random stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, tell me about this room.
Yeah.
So this is our props department, and it's constantly a work in progress.
Yes.
But everything that we have here, from furniture, glassware, fabrics, all kinds of stuff is free to use with every booking.
Nice.
So we have tons of stuff for events and photo shoots.
Yeah.
And every day we're getting more stuff and also getting it more organized.
Yeah. I mean,
It's always at the bottom of our list.
and then it gets disorganized again, and then we make
people
a little,
use it gets disorganized.
Yeah, but it works. It's
works.
organized enough for it to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
exactly.
this is a great space to have.
Yeah. So much of the furniture in here is being thrifted. So many pieces in here are like from our houses.
Yeah, personal stuff.
Yeah, and this space is super useful because we'll have a lot of people who are building sets on site.
Yeah.
And so they can like clear out a bit more space here, but there's so much to work with. And like you can see like there's tons of paint on the floors when people
Well, we
created
do all
stuff.
of our set building in here too.
Yeah, and it's kind of ugly because we've never done anything with it, but I kind of love it in its ugliness, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool.
It's supposed to be this way.
Yeah, it's its charm.
Oh, and our prop inventory will be online soon.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
So-
yes, they can see exactly what you got.
exactly.
exactly. And we often have a prop of the month too.
Yes.
And we do the full star sign for it and give you like
Yeah,
a
in our
personality
newsletter.
reading.
Okay. What's the prop of this month?
Oh gosh, what was it? I'm drawing a blank now.
Is it this?
No, maybe next month.
Maybe next month.
That
there it
goes
is.
really
Wait,
nice.
but
with your-
ask
calling
me,
it the
like,
Black
what
Roses next
what
month.
was like last month was this?
The watch.
Yeah. This was last month's.
Oh, that's
the
right.
month.
Oh, this month's was the angel.
Oh, the Angel's fun.
I don't know where it is at the moment. This is the prop of the month.
Oh, that's great.
It's an angel.
Yeah.
And the location to the site is great too.
Yeah.
For people loading in.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You can even stage your gear out here because a lot of times our studio will just get full of gear.
Yeah,
And they can't put the gear on the
absolutely.
sidewall, so like they just put all their empty bags and stuff, just in the back. So it's cool to have like this extra 1,500 square feet or whatever it is, just within arm's reach of the sidewall.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. The way that we designed it is every single space is beautiful. So a lot of studios will have like a great room and then you go into like a cold, empty space. Whereas like everything here is gorgeous. So we put in one of our personal favorites, the archway hallway. And it's gorgeous. It's like all these colored lights and these stunning arches, and like people shoot in there all the time. And it was kind of like this slightly offhand thing that we created just because we wanted to fill some space, and people love it. And it's gorgeous.
So y'all have all these different spaces.
Yeah.
When y'all rent them out, do you just simply rent out like the entire building per hour? So if somebody rents the space, they get the space.
They get the whole space, yeah. Originally when we first opened, we were doing it studio by studio, and we just realized very quickly that one, it was a business model that didn't suit us. Because again, we have businesses outside of this, like we can't come running up all the time. And two, it just was a different business model and a different numbers game, because we were both relatively new in Austin. Like we didn't come with like 20 years of community here to spread the word around. And so to make a per studio business viable, like you need to be booking like a lot more than we were booking right at the start. And so it kind of just became very clear, like this was always going to be financially a bit of a lift because we just couldn't get those numbers. And two, we'd end up hating it.
Yeah.
Which is probably
Because
as equally
yeah,
important.
we would have to come up
Yeah.
to the studio more frequently too.
Yeah.
To open up. Let's say you had 3 1-hour bookings,
Yeah.
but there was at like noon, 3
Yeah.
o'clock, and like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
We'd have so much more time to like commute up here.
Yeah.
So we switched to booking the whole studio, which works great for us.
Honestly, financially, it's been a lot better for us. And
so we have a 3-hour minimum.
Yeah.
We have a production rate and an event rate. Events are 5-hour minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. Are the rates the same? Just different minimum hours?
Events are more because they're more work for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And harder on the space.
Yeah. So those are slightly more expensive. And then we have really great day rates.
Yes.
That honestly are a steal because it's just nice for people to book it for the whole day.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot less stressful for them. And it's just nice for us too. So we kind of encourage that through our through our prices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your prices currently, I know prices always change. So
Yeah.
currently, how much are y'all hourly?
$180 per hour for production and $200 for events. That can go up like at peak times of the year for events, but generally production is always flat.
So y'all manually adjust that rate if you need to, whenever it gets crazy, supply and demand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't really done, we've done that for a few Christmas bookings, but generally we try and keep it nice and flat for everyone.
But if it's like a super late night booking for an event, the price might go up a bit just because late nights tend to lead
to a bit more damage.
Yeah.
Crazier people.
Yeah. Exactly.
And if they do a full day, what's a full day? 10 hours, 8 hours?
Yeah, so basically it's like you can start as early as you want and go as late as you want.
So they have it for the full day?
Yeah, like
Full
as long
day.
as you're out by
like,
the next morning.
yeah.
Yeah, 6 a.m. or
Yeah.
5, whatever.
Exactly. So that's great. So for production, that's $1,800 per day. And for events, that's $2,000 per day. And like definitely for events, a lot of people will just opt to book it for the whole day.
Yeah.
Because you need so much more time than you think that you need when you're booking.
Yeah, we have a lot of people book full days.
Yeah.
Which is
good.
nice.
Yeah.
When y'all first moved in, there's a lot of expenses that go into building a studio.
Yes.
Right? Where did y'all get those expenses? Did y'all go in 50-50? Did y'all get investors? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, 50-50.
No investors,
Just us.
just us.
Yeah.
And
We had a budget.
Yeah.
And actually we did pretty close to our budget. And then we've continued to put like additional money into the studio. So we're like 18 months into this being open and we like are good month to month, but we need to make a little bit more money and we can start paying back some of that initial investment.
Yeah.
But for like sub 2 years, I think we're doing really good financially.
Yeah, your presence, like your digital presence is great for sub 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got a website, you got a following. It seems like y'all have like, y'all are building that culture that y'all want to, you know, which is great because a lot of people focus all on the business side and the financial side that they miss building the brand.
Yeah.
Right, and the brand is arguably the most important part. Like, obviously you got to make money, but like, you know, your brand is how you sell the business eventually. If you want to sell the business, it's all about the brand. It's not, you know, only about the numbers. So I love what y'all have done here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's cool to see other studio owners. So thanks for having us.
Yeah, we'll have to come check out your
Yeah.
studio too.
100%. How can people find you online?
So our website,
Dottiewoodstudios.com.
Studios.com.
And then Instagram, Dottiewood Studios.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, we didn't have a lot of competition for the name, so we were able to get all the domains.
TikTok, Dottiewood Studios.
So y'all got Instagram, TikTok, website.
Yeah, but TikTok, I've been slacking.
Yeah.
Go to Instagram.
All right, Dottiewood Studios. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
I'll do the clothesline. Hey, I know you haven't seen me this.
Are you rolling?
Yeah, I am.
Give me that camera. We're gonna show the person behind the camera.
The amazing Ian. Look at this.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
Made the magic.
See, the thing is,
You put a camera on him and he comes alive.
Stretch that
Ian,
back.
we're gonna do a posing school with you. I feel like you need like a few moves.